The Titans here. The Titans.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone. It's gone. It is Bedlam at the bank.
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe. Go follow.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show with Eric, Brendan, Dalt, and Ballpark Tommy. Proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today. Let's take it to the show.
Dude, what a game, my guy. Like, the Phillies go up 4-0 in the first inning. Mercado had a decent outing for his MLB debut. Bryce Harper is setting records and showing why he's MVP. He's going to get his third MVP this season. Book it. Go ahead and, put your bets down now. Tell them that Eric sent you. If you win, you got to send me something on Cash App. I don't make the rules. That's just how it goes. But don't, dude. Like, what a fucking game. What a fucking game.
Yeah, dude, that game, in Bryce Harper's interview, I think it sums up tonight's game best. That was like Little League out there, is what he said. It felt like it. You have a triple play. You have home runs. The bats are coming alive. I mean, you said it best in the beginning of the show. They start off with the series win. And that's why I think that the Phillies, Bryce Harper, this whole team's vibe is elite this year because they're getting started earlier as a whole. In games, winning games, in series. And I think that that's been the recipe for success this year is getting out in front of it like they did, like you indicated in the first inning.
Yeah, I think the difference with the Phillies this season is honestly like the way that it was the last season and the seasons before was like the Phillies would come out hot in the beginning of the game and then they would just kind of die off towards the end. It just seems like it's different this season. It just seems like honestly, they're just like producing the entire game. It's not just one single inning. They went up 4-0 at the beginning of this game. And then Bryce Harper came out and what was it? The 6th inning, they put up 3 runs. The 8th inning, they put up 1 run. So it seems like they're just spacing out their runs throughout the entire game this season. And it seems like, again, they're not backing down. Even tonight, Aaron Nola had a dominant outing. He only let up 1 run. It seems like Aaron Nola is finally starting to settle into the pitch clock compared to last season where it seemed like every time he was out, he was letting up a home run. He didn't let up a home run today, though. He let up, I think it was like a single and a double to give up the run, which can't really complain there. I know there was a pass ball by Trey, which could have been easy out. And I think Bohm, I don't know if it was that inning that he let up the run, but I know Bohm couldn't count outs to save his life. He had an easy double play, and he threw it to first for whatever fucking reason. So, but Aaron Nola goes, let me pull up the stats, 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 6 Ks, and he lowered his ERA to a 3.39. So definitely showing why we extended him in the offseason, definitely showing that he's, again, settling into the pitch clock, getting used to it, getting used to timing his pitches. And it seems like, honestly, when he's out with Stubbs lately, he's just dominant. Like, I know we shit on Stubbs. I know I've shit on Stubbs. I can't stand the dude because he can't produce offensively. But defensively, like, he's making plays. He's calling the right pitches. He's controlling the ball well. He's helping to paint the strike zone. So, like, if Nola's going to, be dominant with Stubbs, then keep Stubbs in for a few games when JT comes back until JT's ready to go.
Yeah, definitely at least those games as well, like you indicated, Shard, where Nola, there's definitely some kind of chemistry there. You know what I mean? Like these two guys like each other. And as the infamous Ballpark Tommy says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, Dutch. And the Dutch has to go on the end there. But that was what he always used to say throughout college. We would joke in sports and coaching and life. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think he hit the nail on the head too. Like when Real Muto comes back, those couple of games maybe that he may need to rest, have an off day here and there, I think he found a hidden gem here between Nola and Stubbs. So I really like that point. I wrote that down here too. I'm gonna have to shout you out on the news tonight if I say that. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, I mean, if you're Rob, you're not going to want to play. You're not going to want to give JT a hard load at first, especially because, I mean, it wasn't a surgery to kind of like fix anything. It was just a cleanup. I don't know really how those surgeries work. I've never, injured anything like that. I guess every so often you kind of have to go in and like clean up certain things. Again, I don't know how that works. But yeah, I mean, I agree. You're not going to give JT a hard workload, especially with how much a catcher is getting up and down on that knee. So again, if the chemistry is working right now with Nola and Stubbs, I think didn't Nola have like a shutout game at the beginning of the season with Stubbs? So I mean, yeah, I mean, just keep Stubbs. If it's working, it's working. Whatever. I mean, again, he's not producing offensively, but it is what it is. If he can, save runs at the plate, so be it.
And I think I don't know if you said it earlier when I was downstairs. I was grabbing my highlighter so I could indicate what I want to say first and what I want to say last on organized, because this was everything I had for tonight. A little section on Nola, though, because I do not watch much pitching. That's one thing you'll guys find out about Dalton. But I did find out, if you didn't say it already, 99th career win for the guy. So that's significant. The next time he's out there, take the money line on the Phillies, guys. I'll just say that, because he's really going to want that 100.
Yeah, and I mean, it's showing why we extended him. It's showing why he earned that. I mean, granted, like we said, what was it last night? Sanchez showed why he earned that extension last night. Wheeler showing why he earned his extension. I think the next person that they're working on is Ranger. I heard some rumors that they're working on a Ranger extension. So again, he's earned it. Like, if you can lock down your 1, 2, 3, 4 guy and let Walker, walk, I'm all for it. So, but going into our next topic, the one thing I wanted to bring up, this is going to be a really quick topic because it's not long. But the Phillies had the first triple play of the entire MLB season today. And what's crazy about the double play is it's the first 1-3-5 triple play since July 11th, 1929. Almost 100 years ago. 100 years ago, dude. So for those of you that weren't able to see the game, the batter hit the ball to Nola. Nola caught it, threw it to, so that was the first out, threw it to second for the second out. And then I guess the guy on third didn't realize that Nola caught it. He thought it bounced. So he ran to home, but because Nola caught it, technically the runner had to run back to third. So that was a third out, but absolutely dominant play. It just shows honestly how dominant this team is. This team gives off way different vibes than the last 2 seasons. Like, we're top of the MLB again. I think we just surpassed the Yankees yesterday. I think we're 1 game up on the Yankees right now. We're back in first place. I don't even think we left first place in the NL. So like,
I don't think we did either.
It's just dominant. It's absolute dominance. And if you as a fan don't feel that, then like get off the bus now, because I don't want you on the bus when we're, partying down Broad Street.
Yeah, fuck the fake fans with a PH. And I say that lovingly. There's people in the UK that are more of a fan than you guys, and we love them more than you guys. Shout out to Dave from UK. Yeah, exactly. Let's go. Shard knows. Love those people. We accept them. But the people that, like, it's noticed if you show up, if you only talk about this team when they win, it's okay to get mad. But like, and even if you only get mad at them when they lose, I will appreciate you more than not like saying anything and being quiet about it and just talking about the Philly teams when it's nice to. Real quick, could you explain to me, because I had a question on that. I'm looking it up now. What is a 1-3-5? Could you explain that to somebody in like layman's terms for baseball?
So yeah, so what a 1-3-5 is, so everybody on the field has positions. So let me just pull it up because I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. How baseball positions are numbered. So yeah, so when you get a double play or some kind of out, so the way it works is the pitcher's first, the catcher's second, first base is third, second base is fourth, third base is fifth, shortstop is 6, left field is 7, center field is 8, and right field is 9. So anytime you get a double play or something like that, what they'll do is they'll call it like maybe like a 4-3 double play, a 5-3 double play, a 6-3 double play. In this case, it was a 1-3-5 triple play. So the ball went to the pitcher first. He's number 1. The pitcher then threw it to first base. He threw it to Harper, so that's 3. And then first base threw it to third base. He threw it to Bohm, which is 5. So it's a 1-3-5 triple play.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So in that specific order, like that specific rotation of going pitcher, first base, third base, out like that in that sequence, it's been over 100 years.
Yeah, so I'll share my screen just so you can see.
Yeah, that's crazy. The internet did not exist, guys, then. But baseball did.
So again, first to third to fifth.
Oh, wow. What an interesting sequence, too.
1-3-5. So most sequences are probably like a 5-3, 6-3, or 4-3 for like double plays. But again, a triple play is just very rare. So
hey, it worked. And it was really something to see, too. I mean, like Bryce Harper said after the game, tonight's game was like Little League again. It had a little bit of everything. I have to go here in a second, but there's one thing I wanted to say on the post-game show on my way out. Tonight, it hit me, Shard. It really hit me like a bag of chips, bro. And I thought about it, and I thought Stott and Trey Turner, when they're both healthy at their best, I don't know what you would call a center, like an infield. Like I said, baseball amateur, I'm starting to get into it. But that combo between our second baseman and our shortstop, like their defense, their hitting, like as a whole, just them overall as players, I feel like that might be the most elite shortstop second base combo in the MLB. At least one of them for sure. I mean, is that a hot take?
I don't think it's a hot take. I think I'm going to disagree with you on the offensive side just because I feel like Stott's just been so cold lately. And nothing against Stott. I get that he just had, his daughter, so maybe that's like where his attention is going. Again, nothing to shit talk on him for that. I know that's a big responsibility. It's something to get used to. Defensively, though, yes, I do agree with you. I think, honestly, defensively, they're absolutely dominant. They're diving for balls. Stott, I can't even count how many times Stott or like Trey has jumped up in the air and just caught a ball straight out of the air. So, yeah, I mean, I think, honestly, it's been dominant since – I think this is the first dominant pairing that I've seen since Utley and I'm trying to think who played shortstop in 2008. I can't think of it right now, but like this team is just absolutely bonkers, dude. Absolutely bonkers. But I know you have to go because you gotta go.
Was it Jimmy Rollins was the shortstop in 2008?
I think so.
Nickname J-Roll was the shortstop for the Phillies in 2008.
Yeah, that's Jimmy Rollins.
Okay, cool. I don't know because it said AI overview. AI can sometimes be tricky. That's what I thought off the top of my head. But like I said, baseball amateur, I was like, I know Jimmy Rollins was a significant player, but honestly, I thought the whole time he was a second baseman. I didn't know Chase Utley was. I thought it was a flip.
It was Jimmy Rollins. I always get the 2008 team, some of the positions mixed up. So
we were so young, but so excited too. That's the thing. We were very excited. But hey, man, thanks for having me. I'll see you soon.
See you, dude.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, Dalt's going to be on, I think, the evening news for Philadelphia sometime tonight. So if you want to tune into that, definitely tune into that. He's going to be talking a couple different sports there. But going into the next topic, the one thing I want to talk about is Bryce Harper MVP this season. Is he making a case for his third MVP for MV3? Because I think he is. I think he's a little bit better than Shohei Ohtani. Because I know it's going to come down to both of them. I mean, I honestly think that Shohei. The thing with Shohei is he's not pitching this season. If Shohei was pitching and batting, then yes, Shohei would have the upper hand at MVP because that's two positions that you're playing. When it comes down to just hitting, honestly, I think Bryce is better, especially in clutch moments. I mean, Shohei has his home runs. Cool, whatever. But honestly, Bryce is just clutch. Like, he has those singles, he has those doubles where he's driving in runs. I just can't say the same for Shohei. I mean, like, Shohei just seems like he just, every time I get an alert on my phone, it's just a Shohei home run. So, but looking at the stats for tonight, Bryce Harper was actually the player of the game. He went 3 for 5 with 2 doubles and a home run. He had 5 RBIs, 3 runs, and this is his second 5+ RBI game this season, 7th of his career. So it's his second 5+ RBI game. And again, he's putting up MVP numbers. He's putting up MVP stats. And I think him playing first base this season is really giving him that upper hand on his end, because it's like a storyline thing. The MLB loves storylines, and honestly, any sport loves storylines, whether it's, NFL, NBA, whatever. It's a good storyline for him. If he wins MVP, it's going to be the whole, oh, well, this is his first season playing first base. He won MVP in his first season playing first base. So I think it'd be good for him. It would be his third MVP, and it would fit for the whole MV3 nickname. He has 3 MVPs, MV3 makes sense. So I think he's gonna get it. And if he does, again, if you're betting, you owe me money on Cash App. We'll get to that at the end of the season. But going into the next topic, the one thing I want to talk about that was a little bit weird, even though we won, are there lineup issues? Like, I know we won 8-1, but if you look at the stats, we struck out, I believe, 18 times to Tigers pitching. 18 times. The bottom of this lineup, in my opinion, is absolutely terrible, dude. Like, looking at the box score for today, Schwarber went 0 for 5. Turner went 1 for 5. Harper, again, player of the game, can't really shit talk on him, went 3 for 5. Bohm, again, 4 for 5. Can't shit talk on him because the 3-4 combo right there, again, is probably the most dominant we've seen this 3-4 combo since the 2018. Castine went 1 for 4. Stott went 2 for 5. Marsh, I don't know what Marsh's problem is lately. Ever since he came off the injury, he's just been terrible. He went 0 for 5 tonight, which is absolutely atrocious. Dahl went 1 for 2. Pache, he pinch hit. He went 1 for 2. And then Stubbs went 2 for 5. So it's a total of 15 hits for 43 at bats. Not bad, but again, 17 strikeouts and 3 walks. So it's just how did we win when, again, you have 17 strikeouts? It's just it amazes me that certain players on this team can clutch up. For example, Harper and Bohm. Harper had 5 RBI. Bohm had 3. They're the only people that were responsible for runs. Everybody else was absolutely terrible. So I don't understand it at certain points. I'm glad that certain players can clutch up and win us those games. It's not the same person every night. Some nights it might be Schwarber because it's June. Some nights it might be Bohm. It might be Harper. But again, for those of you that are keeping up with the All-Star voting, Bohm and Harper are first in their respective positions. Harper has a good lead at first base for the NL. Bohm has he's up there. There's a huge gap. I think it's 1.5 million votes for third base. So they're putting in the work. They're showing why they are all-stars. And I think honestly, between position players and pitching, I think we're going to set a record for the All-Star game this season for most Phillies ever in an All-Star game. I think that's something that they were talking about today on the broadcast. So that would be good to see. But again, I don't know if it's the lineup. I don't know what it is. It just seems like some guys are just not hitting what they need to hit. They're just watching stuff go right down the middle. They're swinging at stuff that's way outside the box. They're not taking obvious walks. So Kevin Long needs to probably fix something maybe. But again, we're winning games. We're top of the MLB. We're top of the division. Can't really complain. I just wish more people were producing. But the last thing I want to talk about, and I know his parents were in attendance and they were super happy about it, Mercado. Mercado got called up because Walker, which I don't even know what happened with Walker. Walker had a phantom injury, in my opinion. He had some kind of blister or hot spot on his hand. So they sent down Walker. They called up Mercado. Mercado, I believe, is 22, 23. He's really young. He was in AAA for a while. They just called him up because he was dominating in AAA, and he's dominating in the MLB. He came up, I believe, in the 8th inning. It went 1-2-3. Had 3 strikeouts, 0.00 ERA. So again, absolutely freaking dominant. 1 strikeout, 2 groundouts, but like just absolutely dominant, absolutely what we need in a closer. And if he can keep that up, he's more than welcome here. I mean, like we need people that are closing. We need people that can come in and get the easy outs. And I think it was a good spot for him to kind of come in and test the waters. We were up by 7 runs. If he let up a run or 2, that's fine. We have the run insurance. So I think Rob made a good decision with him coming in tonight. I think Rob, honestly, again, made the right play. The guy needs some experience in the major league pitching, and that was a good spot for him. But yeah, I mean, his parents were there. I think they came over from San Diego. So great for him. Great for the team. Good confidence builder for him, and hope to see more of him in the future. But that's all I have for you guys tonight. Phillies win 8-1. We'll be back tomorrow. The Phillies play at the same time at 6:40. So the post-game show will probably be around the same time. And yeah, great win. Great dominance again tonight. Phillies are first in the MLB, first in the NL. Braves are losing right now, 4-2, top of the ninth. So we'll see what happens with that. Bases are loaded right now, though, with 2 outs. So fingers crossed. Hopefully they lose. We'll see what happens. But on that note, we're going to go ahead and roll the outro. Good night, everybody.
The Vikings.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone! It's gone! It is Bedlam at the bank!
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.